Andarki namaskaram, welcome back to Vamsi Bhavani. Welcome to day 7 or part 7 of prompt engineering series. In this video, it's again a very small technique, so I'll wrap up that in few minutes. Please stay tuned, hit that like, share and subscribe if you're new to the channel. So the technique that I'm talking about is role play or role playing technique, right? In this role playing technique, see, the logic is simple. LLM, think of it as a super some 10 super intelligent, right? It's really intelligent. It knows about, to be honest, in terms of just knowledge, raw knowledge, it is intelligent than any human being on earth, right? But the problem is it knows about a lot of things. It's not a problem, but yeah, it knows about a lot of things. Now let's say I ask it about gravity, right? I want to know about gravity. The issue isn't that LLM doesn't know about gravity, but the issue is that who is it speaking to, right? Is this question by a 8th grade student who's trying to understand what gravity is that's being taught in their physics subject, right? Is this being asked by a 10th grade student? Is this being asked by a 12th grade student? Is this being asked by a UG undergraduate student? Is this being asked by a PG postgraduate student? Is this being asked by a PhD scholar, research scholar? Is this being asked by a rocket scientist, right? There are multiple persona that this needs to cater. So usually it takes a middle ground and just gives you a basic understanding of what gravity is. But let's say you want a specific answer. Role play is usually important. So in role play, instead of you telling who you are, you ask what you want the LLM to be. You can just say, LLM, you are a 8th grade physics teacher, right? Explain gravity to me in a way that I could understand easily. Or let's say you can just ask it to be a rocket scientist and answer, right? Things like that. So in role play, there are 3 main things. First one is role assignment. Second one is the actual question. So in prompt engineering, the prompt obviously has this question every time in whatever technique it is. And third one is output instructions. Like you can ask it to answer it in a way that 8th grade could understand. Or if it's a coding question, you can ask it to write the code in Java instead of Python, right? So the output instructions. Got it? So basically, role assignment is what we talked about. You are so and so. The question, output instructions that are specific to that specific response. Most of the cases, when you do a role play, again, you can combine this role play with other prompt engineering techniques, right? Any of this, right? We had been discussing multiple techniques. You can intercombine all these techniques to get good results, right? So role playing is usually encouraged. I usually do that. Now when you actually ask a question without role play, it will give you an answer, but with role play it's more specific. Let's take an example. Let's ask a simple question, right? Write code to generate QR code for a URL. Right? So when you did this, it assumed and it gave you the code in Python. But what if I wanted Java, right? Now you can say, you are a or you are an experienced software engineer, right? When you do this, right, the code would be more formatted and the steps would be more clear. Let me show you. Experienced software engineer. I want the response in Java. So the first sentence is role assignment. Second sentence is actually output instruction. What about the question? question is already in the context, so not required. Right? So basically, now you get the answer in the way you want, and you'll get, instruction. I mean, see, this you will get even without that. I mean, these days, what I have slowly observed is role assignment is again, I think, auto prompted, but yeah, output instructions are important. Got it? Great. This is a simple technique, guys. Most of you, or probably few of you, might be using this even without watching this video, right? So it's just that simple. Great. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.